Hi everybody, this is Dee. You guys have asked me a couple times on how I make my bracelets, so I thought I would show you how I make them. Now the wire comes like this. This is the tail end of it. There's usually a lot more. And what I do is I find the end of it, which is right here, and I go down, I count, I don't count that one, and I count down 4. Okay? And at the 4 mark, I think I need new nippers. I cut it off. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get my hands a quit shaking. What is going on with my nippers? I must need new ones. Okay, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Find the end. Okay. There's my end. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just leave that on there. Got extra one on that. Okay, so that's how I started, by cutting my wires. I'll do the long one and put these other 2 off to the side. Okay, then I take my rounded jewelry pliers, and I'm going to make some ones for Halloween giveaways, so they're going to be in my Halloween stuff. Okay, so I take the end of it, and I hold it. Don't mind my nails, they are a hot mess. I've been very busy. And I roll it, roll it, roll it. Then I take these ones and pinch it a little bit. Make sure it's flat. It is. Pinch it a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be the end that stops the beads from rolling. Okay. Then I go to the other end. Mark, could you turn that down just a wee bit? Okay, this one looks a little bent, so I'm going to cut it. I need new nippers. Jeez, that one went flying. Okay, other side of the table. Okay, and then I start my beading. I don't worry about the charm right now. I'll worry about the charm after. But I do want to pick out a charm of what I think I'm going to do. I think I'll do the pumpkin. Okay, so we'll gear towards oranges and yellows. So here I got some yellow, no purple, and I got beads coming out my ears. Okay, here's some orange. Here's some weird little orange ones. Let's see. Maybe even some green. Oh, that's another thing I should tell you is I repurpose a lot of old vintage jewelry. And I just snip this off and use the beads if the beads are cool. And this one is one where the beads are cool. So I may use a little bit of green in there. Let's see. Black are too big. No. Yeah, maybe some of those black. Okay, got my beads picked out. Okay, so now, where's it? Oh, I need my scissors. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so let's get some of these green beads off. I think they're going to come right off because the other side was nipped. Yeah, they are. And I repurpose so much stuff, you guys. A lot of old vintage jewelry and old necklaces and earrings and all that kind of good stuff. Don't you go nowhere. I'm doing it at a weird angle. I'm right-handed, pretty much. Well, I'm ambidextrous, but I usually do things with my right hand. And so then I'm going to tie a knot in this so the rest of them don't come off. Not really a knot, just kind of a thing like that. Maybe even a little purple. I'm going to throw some purple in there too. Okay, well, let's do some yellow for sure. Ah, I just dropped some. I'm having one of them days where everything I touch I drop. Did you ever have that? I've spilled my soda today. I keep dropping things all over the place. Okay. And I think we're going to use some of these. Put that off to the side for now. And we'll do a whole string of those. Put those off to the side. And we'll do some of these. Okay. I'm being so klutzy today, I better tie the knot. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to start beading. There's no rhyme or reason to the way I bead. I just, whatever I think looks cool, that's what I start with. So, alright, I think I'm going to start with something small. I think I'll start with this. And I just put it on there. Doesn't matter if it goes all the way down. One of those. And I'll put a yellow one. It's more like a maize color. One of those. Put another maize color on the other side of that orange one. And put another one of these. I think I'll put some green. I'll use one of these little green beads. Which one do I want to use? Probably that one. I'm sorry, Mark's messing with the TV and forgot that I'm doing a video. Okay. See how that's looking? Just real random. I think it's going to be really cute. Nice Halloween bracelet. Okay, let's see. What kind did we use? We used that kind, so let's use a different one this time. One of them. One of them. I think I'll use another one of these. And the yellow. Oh, that's the yellow with the end in it. There we go. A yellow. Maybe another one of these. And the square orange one. Yeah. And just repeat it on the other side of the bigger bead. And I don't see well, so I just kind of feel where the hole of the bead is, to be totally honest with you. I'm sorry about Mark and his movie in the back. If I sit at the table, he always got something going on the TV. Okay, there we go. Alright. Okay, don't look like much now, but it'll look really cute in the end. Okay, let's see. Let's put another one of these. And one of these. And let's grab another green one. I don't like those ones. Those ones are kind of cool. Go find the hole. Ah, found it. Take another little seed bead. I'm not real graceful at this, am I? Okay. There we go. Alright. And I'm just going to keep doing this randomly. Let's see, what was the last thing that was on there? One of those. So let me put a yellow one in between. Maybe I think I'm going to throw some purple in here. Okay. Oh. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to get some more purple beads and some more black beads. And I'm going to look through all my little things I got around me right now. And I'll be right back. Okay, I got a bunch more beads out here. Got some pearls and some other things. I needed to switch up a little bit. Because I didn't want it all to be little beads. Okay. Alright, let's see. Green one. And orange.
What does that have to do with me?
And another green one.
Look, fine. The meeting was nothing. The kid was a fan. He said he liked my vision for the future. He said he hoped to work for me someday. So I gave him a few minutes at lunch. I was being kind. Yeah, you're a real giver. I tried.
Alright, there's some.
By the way, what you said about being in control, it's just an illusion. Doesn't matter how carefully you drive. You never know when someone's going to cross over the line and smash right into you. Remember that. Oh, well. Yeah, good day. Ooh, look at that. Already making a call. Yeah. Well, I felt you should find me too. I want to know who she is. I want her gone. And I want those files.
Okay.
Say that wrong.
Alright, so I'm just going to keep mixing up the beads. And I will be back in just a minute. Okay. So I did it all the way to the end. Now I'm going to do the very same thing that I did at the other end. I'm going to... Oh, get it right. There we go. I'm going to go around and around and around. Let's see how that worked. No. I have to pinch it. Okay, there we go. I see I used all kinds of Halloween colors. Oranges and yellows and greens and purples and black and red. It's all Halloween-y colors. And now I'm going to put a charm on the one side. Let me grab a few things here. Okay. So these pins that you use for stitch markers are what I also use. Let me get a short one. Short one, short one. These pins are also what I use for stitch markers. They're kind of long. Let me find a shorter one. Here's one. Okay. Alright, so what I do is decide which end I want the charm on. I'm going to go with this end. Oop. Always dropping beads everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to take the pliers, open it up a wee bit, put that on it. Well, I'll wait. Scratch that. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a charm on this. We're going to make it the pumpkin. Where's my nippers? This is too long. I don't want it to be that long, so I'm going to say right about there. Okay. And I put on my pumpkin. Ugh, Dee, come on. See, this is why tutorials make me nervous, because if I'm just sitting here and I mess up, I don't care. Okay. Man, I think I cut it too short. I did. Doggone it. Alright, we're going to start that again. Let me get another one. I'm going to nip this off. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay. Alright, so put that on there, that on there, and that on there. I still gotta nip it off a wee bit because, okay. Now we'll put our pumpkin on there. As you can tell, I don't edit. Okay. Squeeze this down so the pumpkins stays on there really good. There we go. That's much better. Okay. Now we decided on this end. I opened up that little thing there a little bit. Put the pumpkin on there. There we go. We got our pumpkin bracelet with the pumpkin charm, or the Halloween bracelet with the pumpkin charm on it. And this is how it looks. I always put the charm at the bottom and put, like, you know, make sure it's down here, and then go like this around my hand when I do put on my bracelets. This one's really long. This is the one that I cut that was so long. Okay, so this is how our pumpkin bracelet looks. Definitely Halloween-y, huh? There we go. There's our Halloween pumpkin bracelet. And I'm gonna make another one. Same process. Let's use this one. Sounds like my Bubba needs his nails trimmed again. Okay. Round it. Round. This wire is a lot stiffer than regular wire. So sometimes it gives you a really hard time. I'm gonna nip that a little bit. Okay, this one, I think I'm gonna do black and red, and I think we're gonna do the bat. So it's gonna be all black and red. And I really don't put no rhyme or reason to them. Sometimes I make sure that I got, you know, like for instance right now I want to make sure this is the same as the other side. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. See? That the dotted one, the long one, dotted one, long one. Okay? Alright, let's see. Let's find some more black beads. There's this shape. There's this shape. Here's a red one. Another black one. Here's a different shaped red one. Okay. Here's another black one. Different shapes. I just like to put all the different shapes. To make this like a vampire bat, you know? Okay, let's see. Another long one. And another black one. like I said, just kind of randomly. Here's a square one. That one's pretty cool. Throw that on there. And another black one. I'm going to make this one all black and red. Come on now. This one's going to be all black and red. And I'll be back and I'll show you when it's done. Okay, I made my little bat charm. Finished with the bracelet. And, oh, see, every time I try to do this, I'm by myself, just doing it and chilling. No problem. Try to do it for you guys and I get all nervous. Okay. Let me see how that is. Clamp it down a little bit. Make sure it's even. It is. And here's our next bracelet. Let's see. And this one, I put them on my left hand and I'm right-handed. This one is the little bat and the red and black crystals. There's our bat backwards. And there's our little bat. So there we go. Here's another one done. Another Halloween bracelet done. So we've got the pumpkin with all the different colored beads. And we got the bat. Next, I think I'm gonna do this one. It's kind of weird, huh? Oh, maybe not. Maybe the broom. And let's do a spider. Ugh. As much as I hate to. Alright, I'm going to get it all ready. Okay, now there's my spider one. I've done some purples and black and some pearls, and there's my spider. Alright, so I'm going to move on. I think I'm going to do maybe a skeleton. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I think I'm going to do the ghost now. And I brought out some beads here. I'm probably going to need some more white beads. But anyways, I'm going to start putting this together. And I think I'll start out with one of these little crystals. And one of them. And one of them. And one of these. I told you I could never see the holes. There it goes. Okay, another one of these. And one of these. And one of them. And I'm going to go all the way around. And when I'm done, I'll show you what I did. Oh, I forgot. And I did the little hoop-de-hoop at the bottom. And when I got it done, I'll show you. Alright, here's my ghost one. And I put gray and black and white and clear beads on. And there's a little Halloween ghosty to go with the collection. Okay, next is the skeleton. I'll be back. Okay, now we're going to do the skeleton. And I did the same thing as I did with all the others. Pulled out a bunch of different beads, and here I even got some little skull beads, and my nails look terrible. Alright, so I'm going to string it on my wire. I already did the little loop at the end with my jewelry pliers. And I'm going to do some random stuff, and I'll be back. Okay, so here's our skeleton one. As you can see, I've got skulls all on it, and black and gray and white. And there's our, well, it goes this way. And there's our skeleton charm. Alright, on to the next one. Let's see. Let's do a spider web. I'll be back. Okay, I got my spider web and my bracelet I did in black and clear, a little bit of white, some gray and red. And there we go. There we go. And there, whoop, wrong way. Yeah. It's this way, duh. Okay. And there is our spider web. Let's see, what else do I got here? I got some vampire teeth. I think that's going to be our next one. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what happened there, but my phone died. So I made all these bracelets. And there's my pumpkin one. There's the spider. There's the other pumpkin. The broom. The bat. There's the ghost. And the spider web. And the skull. And the vampire teeth. So there you go. That's how I make my bracelets. And these will be going in giveaways for Halloween. Or for the month of October. Anyways. Thanks for watching.